It is a little-known fact about Pope Urban VII, who reigned for less than a year in 1590, that he ascended to the papacy on the strength of a very unusual skill. He was the world champion pantomimical theological disputationalist. That meant that he could carry on high-level theological debates solely in pantomime. Now, during his short reign, it happened that a Jewish ghetto grew up alongside the Vatican, and the cardinals were very concerned about this. So they went to the Pope and said, is there something we can do about this ghetto? And the Pope said, well, it should be done quietly, so maybe the way to do this is for me to challenge the rabbi in this village to a pantomimical theological debate, and then he will, of course, lose, and we can quietly ask them to go away. All the cardinals agreed that this was a very good idea, so they sent the palace guards down into the small Jewish village, and they issued the challenge. Everyone, of course, was quite concerned about this, and no one wanted to step forward to debate the Pope. The guards said, we have to take someone back. So they said, you decide among yourselves, and then we will take whoever you put forward. The guards turned around. Everyone in the village stepped back one step except for the village idiot, Moshe. And when the guards turned around, there was Moshe. So they took Moshe into the palace. Moshe had never quite seen anything like this before. He was thoroughly awed and was brought into the chambers where the debate was to take place. The Pope comes out with all his cardinals and with all the pomp and circumstance, and Moshe is utterly cowed. Then the Pope looks at Moshe and begins the debate. Moshe looks at him. The Pope is taken aback. And the Pope, thinking a second, says, Moshe looks. Again, the Pope is taken aback. After a moment's reflection, the Pope says, reaches for the bread and the wine, the elements of communion, holds them up, at which point Moshe looks hard, reaches into his pocket and pulls out an apple. The Pope says, it's no use, he's won. I don't understand, but he's won. And marches off with the cardinals in training. And the cardinals say, what has happened? And the Pope said, well, in debating a Jewish scholar, I have to talk about the things that distinguish our faith from theirs. They believe that God resides in the temple, so I said, God is everywhere. But at which point, Moshe responded by saying, yes, but he's right here. He clearly won the point. Then I said, the Trinity. So I said, God is Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And Moshe responded by saying, yes, but he's one. Again, won the point. Then I realized that one of our differences is that we have a means of salvation. That is symbolized in the bread and the wine. So I brought out the bread and the wine, symbolizing the salvation available in Jesus Christ. And then Moshe brought out the apple, symbolizing the fall and the sin that made salvation necessary. Clearly he had won. Meanwhile, they take Moshe back to the village, and everyone is packing up and ready to go. And Moshe says, you don't have to go. they're letting us stay. And they said, why? He said, well, I don't really understand. First the Pope said, all you Jews got to leave. And I said, we're staying right here. He said, I'll give you 3 days to get out. And I said, we're not moving 1 inch. Then he took out his lunch, and I took out mine.